I wonder if Nijinsky's career would have developed the same way if he stayed back in Russia, if he would have achieved the same renown and also the same expertise. When Nijinsky finished school, he possessed rather excellent technique and was very remarkable in his elevation. Very agile and very beautiful plasticity. But his handicap was that he was very small and overall not really a classical dancer, not classical. From the very beginning, whether it's Diaghilev or FOKINA, both, they saw that they can use him to marvelous effect. He should, they decided that he should always be showing something exotic. It was a time of exotism in arts in general, and he would be Slave, he would be Spectre, Inspector de la Rose, he would be Petrushka, but he would never play a human role straightforward. FOKINA used only the sweet side about a girl who comes from a ball and she's been presented a rose. She sits down, overcome from emotions and perfume of the rose, and she dreams of this beautiful vision, which visits her. And what I thought, since young and experienced girl could think only in terms of herself, so she visualize him as herself. So spirit is androgyny. If you look at the pictures of him, Inspector de la Rose, you will see he had very particular style, body which never stopped moving. It was in constant motion. He probably knew perfectly well what he was about, that he always had to disguise himself. Well, again, when anybody speaks about Inspector de la Rose, everybody, first of all, they speak about the ultimate jump, the final jump through the window. But, well, that takes about, well, probably 2 seconds. But what you do with the other 9.5 minutes? Nijinsky often complained, particularly in diary, he's complained that when he was at Mariinsky Theatre, he danced rather little. There were very few performances. First year he danced 4, well, when I finished school and I became principal dancer there. Also had first year I had only 8, so that was rather tormenting experience. And later, when he was denied a chance to perform by Diaghilev and withdrew into himself, started to withdraw into himself more and more, and that's when he started to search for God and reason for existence, and was obsessed with Tolstoy ideas, and started to live part of Petrushka in a way.
In 1912, Nijinsky began to choreograph ballets himself.
In his very first ballet, he creates this role of faun, half human, half animal, and he brings these animal features into it. Also, he tries to combine Greek frieze-like movement, always in try to make it two-dimensional, which brings extraordinary tension, creates very special style of moving